8 surprising ways to make your first $1 million easy? No. Quick? No. Counterintuitive? Yes. And effective. By Jeff HADEN, Contributing Editor, Inc. At Jeff_HADEN 8 surprising ways to make your first $1 million. Getty Images. Say you want to become a millionaire. Or a multimillionaire. Or hey, even a billionaire. Why not? The goal is clear. But the path can be anything but not to Dharmesh Shah, co-founder of HubSpot, no. 1100 on the 2014 Inc. 5000 and a company that recently went public. Dharmesh sees a clear, if slow and difficult, path to becoming a millionaire or to reaching whatever level of financial success you aspire to. Here's Dharmesh. Money of course isn't everything. Not by a long shot. Where your definition of success is concerned, money may rank far down the list. Everyone's definition of success is different. Here's my definition. Success is making the people that believed in you look brilliant. For me, money doesn't matter all that much, but I'll confess it did at one time, probably because I didn't have very much. So let's say money is on your list. And let's say, like millions of other people, that you'd like to be a millionaire. What kinds of things should you do to increase your chances of joining the Millionaires Club? Here are the steps I'd suggest. They're neither fast nor easy. But they're more likely to work than the quick and easy path. 1. Stop obsessing about money. While it sounds counterintuitive, maintaining a laser-like focus on how much you make distracts you from doing the things that truly contribute to building and growing wealth. So shift your perspective. See money not as the primary goal but as a byproduct of doing the right things. 2. Start tracking how many people you help. Even if in a very small way. The most successful people I know both financially and in other ways are shockingly helpful. They're incredibly good at understanding other people and helping them achieve their goals. They know their success is ultimately based on the success of the people around them. So they work hard to make other people successful. Their employees, their customers, their vendors and suppliers, because they know, if they can do that, then their own success will surely follow. And they will have built a business or a career they can be truly proud of. 3. Stop thinking about making $1 million and start thinking about serving 1 million people. When you only have a few customers and your goal is to make a lot of money, you're incented to find ways to wring every last dollar out of those customers. But when you find a way to serve 1 million people, many other benefits follow. The effect of word of mouth is greatly magnified. The feedback you receive is exponentially greater, and so are your opportunities to improve your products and services. You get to hire more employees and benefit from their experience, their skills, and their overall awesomeness. And in time, your business becomes something you never dreamed of because your customers and your employees have taken you to places you couldn't even imagine. Serve 1 million people and serve them incredibly well, and the money will follow. 4. See making money as a way to make more things. Generally speaking, there are 2 types of people. One makes things because they want to make money. The more things they make, the more money they make. What they make doesn't really matter that much to them. They'll make anything as long as it pays. The other wants to make money because it allows them to make more things. They want to improve their product. They want to extend their line. They want to create another book, another song, another movie. They love what they make and they see making money as a way to do even more of what they love. They dream of building a company that makes the best things possible. And making money is the way to fuel that dream and build that company they love. While it is certainly possible to find that one product that everyone wants and grow rich by selling that product, most successful businesses evolve and grow and, as they make money, reinvest that money in a relentless pursuit of excellence. We don't make movies to make money, we make money to make more movies. Walt Disney. 5. Do one thing better. Pick one thing you're already better at than most people. Just one thing. Become maniacally focused at doing that one thing. Work. Train. Learn. Practice. Evaluate. Refine. Be ruthlessly self-critical, not in a masochistic way but to ensure you continue to work to improve every aspect of that one thing. Financially successful people do at least one thing better than just about everyone around them. Of course it helps if you pick something to be great at that the world also values and will pay for. Excellence is its own reward, but excellence also commands higher pay and greater respect, greater feelings of self-worth, greater fulfillment, a greater sense of achievement. All of which make you rich in non-monetary terms. Win-win. 6. Make a list of the world's 10 best people at that one thing. How did you pick those 10? How did you determine who was the best? How did you measure their success? Use those criteria to track your own progress towards becoming the best. If you're an author, it could be Amazon rankings. If you're a musician, it could be iTunes downloads. If you're a programmer, it could be the number of people that use your software. If you're a leader, it could be the number of people you train and develop who move on to bigger and better things. If you're an online retailer, it could be purchases per visitor, or on-time shipping, or conversion rate. Don't just admire successful people. Take a close look at what makes them successful. Then use those criteria to help create your own measures of success. And then, 7. Consistently track your progress. We tend to become what we measure, so track your progress at least once a week against your key measures. Maybe you'll measure how many people you've helped. Maybe you'll measure how many customers you've served. Maybe you'll evaluate the key steps on your journey to becoming the world's best at one thing. Maybe it's a combination of those things, and more. 8. Build routines that ensure progress. Never forget that achieving a goal is based on creating routines. Say you want to write a 200-page book. That's your goal. Your system to achieve that goal could be to write 4 pages a day. That's your routine. Wishing and hoping won't get you to a finished manuscript, but sticking faithfully to your routine ensures you reach your goal. Or say you want to land 100 new customers through inbound marketing. That's your goal. Your routine is to create new content, new videos, new podcasts, new white papers, etc., on whatever schedule you set. Stick to that routine and meet your deadlines, and if your content is great, you will land those new customers. Wishing and hoping won't get you there. Sticking faithfully to your routine will. Set goals, create routines that support those goals, and then ruthlessly track your progress. Fix what doesn't work. Improve and repeat what does work. Refine and revise and adapt and work hard every day to be better than you were yesterday. Soon you'll be good. Then you'll be great. And one day you'll be world-class. And then, probably without even noticing, you'll also be a millionaire. You know, if you like that sort of thing. December 8, 2014. Like this column. Sign up to subscribe to email alerts and you'll never miss a post. The opinions expressed here by Inc.com columnists are their own, not those of Inc.com. Top stories. Top videos. Big heroes of small business. Black-owned breweries are few and far between. These founders are helping change that. Inc. 5010 morning routines, mindsets, and other success secrets of top women business owners. Safeguards. Pet paternity leave and other pandemic perks companies are offering now. Lead, the co-founder of this beloved LA bookstore, reflects on being Black and a business owner in the U.S. Big heroes of small business. This company is paying for unemployed Americans to train as health care workers. Inc. 5000 Why the founder of this hyper-growth company wants to be the least powerful CEO in America. Owner's Manual. 30 great business, leadership, and personal development books on Adam Grant's fall reading list. Read next. Safeguards. The PPP failed minority-led businesses. 3 ideas for what could work instead. With the Paycheck Protection Program over, it's clear that minority-led businesses needed more, and potentially different, help. By Britt Morse, Assistant Editor, Inc. At Britn Morse. Small business owner Burl Hicks helps a customer at Area 57 at Columbia Place Mall in Columbia, South Carolina. Small business owner Burl Hicks helps a customer at Area 57 at Columbia Place Mall in Columbia, South Carolina. Funds through the Paycheck Protection Program (PPP), the nearly $670 billion forgivable loan program aimed at struggling small businesses, which phased out on August 8, didn't make it to everyone, least of all minority-led businesses. That's the key finding of several recently released reports on minority-led companies' access to capital during the early stages of the pandemic. In just one study, from the New York Federal Reserve, in the 30 counties with the highest concentration of Black-owned businesses, most counties reported that between 15% and 20% of firms received PPP loans. While that range doesn't depart much from the national average of 17.7%, there are significant variations across counties. For example, only 7% of firms in the Bronx, a borough of New York City, and 11.6% of firms in Wayne County, Michigan, received these loans. The results are even less positive in the South and Midwest. Black and Latinx-owned businesses represent about 1/5 of all companies in Alabama, but received just 7% of PPP loans, according to a new report from Heartland Forward, a Bentonville, Arkansas-based nonprofit focused on improving economic performance in the Midwest. Other states, including Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Wisconsin, showed similarly skewed results. The reasons for the disparities are manifold. Not only did Black and Latinx-owned companies tend to enter the pandemic with weaker financial positions than white-owned companies, only a small minority of them had a recent borrowing relationship with a bank, according to the New York Fed report. Additionally, many Black and Latinx-owned businesses don't have employees, putting them at a disadvantage when applying for the PPP. Despite being available to sole proprietors and contractors, the program didn't open to them until April 10, a week after the program began issuing funds. While lawmakers remain divided over a Phase 4 stimulus bill, advocates and business lobby groups say it's imperative that minority-led companies get relief. Here are 3 ideas for improving their chances for survival now and in future crises. 1. Automate funding for CDFIs. Earlier this month, Senator Brian Schatz D-High introduced legislation that would create a new $2 billion crisis fund for community development financial institutions, CDFIs, which are private financial institutions that focus on offering affordable lending options to low-income and other disadvantaged communities. The fund, which would be replenished annually, would kick in if unemployment levels hit certain thresholds or if a natural disaster strikes. As natural and economic disasters tend to hit low-income communities and communities of color harder than wealthier communities, the hope is that the fund would offer an additional backstop to other crisis programs. This pandemic has shown us that when a crisis or a disaster strikes, families and communities need immediate support, said Senator Schatz in a press release about the bill. By creating a crisis fund for CDFIs with automatic triggers, we can quickly provide aid to the people and small businesses that need it most. 2. Replenish relief funds. Introduced in mid-May, the Recharge and Empower Local Innovation and Entrepreneurs Fund Relief for Main Street Act, led by Senators Cory Booker DNJ, Steve Daines RMT, and Patty Murray DWA, would give $50 billion to cities, counties, and states to support small business local relief funds. The funds may be operated by an array of stakeholders, including city and county governments, public authorities, philanthropies, financial institutions, and local chambers of commerce, so the distribution of resources means funds may reach a wider spectrum of businesses than if the funds were solely distributed through banks. Funding for block grants, operated by states and local governments, could also get replenished. The CARES Act initially provided $150 billion in federal aid to state and local governments across the country, some of which went toward grant funding for local businesses. 3. Improve the runway. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce in June released its Equality of Opportunity Agenda, a series of best practices for business owners and policy recommendations for federal, state, and local governments. The document included improving Black entrepreneurs' access to capital, launching pitch competitions for underrepresented communities, and increasing the presence of minority-owned businesses in corporate supply chains. Neil Bradley, the Chamber's Executive Vice President and Chief Policy Officer, says that the pandemic has exacerbated and highlighted these racial gaps. Earlier this month, the U.S. Chamber called on Congress to pass a slew of bills that address race-based opportunity gaps across education, employment, entrepreneurship, and criminal justice. This includes the Minority Business Development Act of 2019, which would permanently authorize the Minority Business Development Agency (MBDA), a federal agency that promotes the growth and competitiveness of minority-owned businesses. A similar bill was introduced in the Senate in July. It's about attempting to address underlying, perpetual issues in our financial system, Bradley says.